everyone, and Happy New Year. I'm so happy to be here with you today. Today is our very first episode of the new year, 2021. And we are excited to be here. Little Tipper is in my lap. I'm sure you're going to see her nose popping in now and then. And what we're going to do to start this week off is we are going to go farmhouse. As some of you recall, I made a ladder. One of my very first, in fact, I think it was my second video, was a real tall farmhouse ladder that I had made. And it's a lighter brown, but it is sitting in my living room. I decorated it for the holiday. And since I've taken the decorations off of that, it just looks so bland. And I told my husband, it's like there's a great big empty spot right there. And I'm not liking it. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make a crate. And what I am doing that with is I have 2 packs of the large paint stir sticks that I purchased at Menards here in Michigan. And I cut them with my new miter shears, which are fantastic, so much better than doing the motion of sawing. That was just way too difficult for me. And these literally 2 snips and you're finished. And they're really awesome. So I'd recommend these. I purchased these at Menards and I think they were like $26. So they're a real good pair. And what I've done thus far is I've taken 5 of the paint stir sticks. I have cut them down just at the tip right here where it starts to get square. I marked that off and I took my shears, snipped it twice, and it was off of there. Then I took and I measured out. There are 2 inches between each slat, and I put a long board on there, simply marked it off and cut it to size and put 3 on. These are attached on each, stain it, I should say, on each side. So we're going to start out. I do have the brush wet, and I'm taking an older brush. This has kind of become my go-to brush. I had another one and I left it in Mod Podge and I wasted it. So learn my lesson there for sure. Okay, I'm going to actually do these first, get these out of the way. Okay, just like so. And the stain, this is the Waverly Antique Wax, and it takes so well to these paint stir sticks because they're so dry. They're very dry. So then we just take a regular paper towel and I'm simply going to do this. Just wipe it right back off. Result. Okay, so while our bottom is drying, we're going to go ahead and we're going to assemble our sides. Okay, now this is going to be the inside of our sides, the inside of our crate. Okay, and that at all. So let's go 1.5 inches because the 2 is just too much, I think. There we go. And again, it doesn't have to be like perfectly laid out. You can, let's go 1.5 inches. There we go. There we go. Just like that. You can do these if you want them 2 inches apart, by all means. If you want them 3 inches apart, it's your project. I just prefer, I like them not too close together, but I like them close together, you know. So, and then we're going to be putting, we're going to be laying a display on this as well to give it that authentic country look. So, you want to make sure they're straight. Make sure they're straight. Rough is okay. Let me see. I'm going to have to cut one more out. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to take this just like this, guys, and I'm going to measure this like this. Take my pencil, mark that spot, take my miter shears, and cut right there. Okay, I'm going to get these attached, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, and I wanted to show you too. I learned my lesson from the bottom And I'm not going to be putting on the slats first before I stain these. It just made it too stinking hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stain these before I put the slats on, just like this, because it was, oh my goodness, you guys, I was dodging crevices and trying to get in between, and yeah, it was bad. So learn my lesson there. From now on, I'll stain first, for sure. But I just wanted to let you guys know that tip. Go ahead and stain your wood first, because if you don't, you're going to be a long time trying to get in between crevices and all that. So all right, I'm going to get these done. Be right back. Okay, so very importantly, we're going to put our sides together. Okay, now this is our sides with just 3. And I'm going to dot right here so I know exactly where I'm going with this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm trying to keep these as straight as possible, guys. Sometimes it's hard to do so, but I'm going to try. So, all right. There we go. Okay, now we want just like that. Okay, right in the center. It's nice and straight. There we go. Nice and even. Okay. Now, same for the bottom. Make sure they're nice and even. You want about the same width in between. So we have about an inch. Awesome. So we're going to have about an inch. Now this is our side, so I'm going to have to remember this, about an inch down here. Well, okay guys, I'm going to put the other side together and I'll be right back. Then we have to put the ends together. Okay, so we have our sides done. And there they are. Okay, now that's going to go inside and it's going to look like this on the outside, and I think that looks pretty awesome. Of course, we'll be cleaning it up. And here's this one, the one I messed up on. Yeah, buddy, you can see that. This will either go in the back or we'll put the design on this side is what we're going to do. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to put the design on here. Okay, guys, and what I'm going to do is this is going to be our other side. This is going to be the side the design goes on. And let me show you what I have in mind. And I hope it works out. It may not. If it doesn't, we can just go over this. Okay, this paper came from one of my Craft Smart paper pads that I purchased at Michael's. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut this to size, and I want this to be on here, especially the grill and the headlight for sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our side here, just like so. I'm going to make sure the grill and the headlight's on there, straight as possible, and I'm going to trace it. Whatever will be with this, guys. I'm going to just look and I'm going to see, and hopefully I got the grill and the headlight on there more so than anything else. That's what I care about, is that grill and that headlight. Okay, I'm going to take my pencil and I'm just going to trace just like this. Okay, just like that. I'm also going to trace here, 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 and we're going to see what this looks like. These are awfully large gaps. If I mess it up, I do have one more picture like this. So, okay, and there we go. Well, let's see where we got it here. I think it's perfect. I do believe it's good. Okay, so I'm going to cut that out. In fact, I'm going to make sure we're straight on that, and I'm going to get my cutting tool here by Fiskars. Okay, slide my paper in like so. I have my line. The bottom lines only, guys, is what we're going to do. And I'm going to line it up with the wire on my cutting tool. Okay, just like that. We're going to do it on this end too. line it right up with our cutting tool. All right, guys, there we go. Now here comes the real test. Let's see how that's going to look. Oh, that's so nice. I hope it turns out with our picture here. Okay, there we go. Oh my goodness, guys, it's so cool. I love it. So I've put our basket together. I did decide to cut the spaces of the truck. But what I'm going to do with this is, guys, I'm going to stain over this and see what we can do with that. And I'm going to take my sandpaper and I'm going to go over this and give it some age. And I'm going to literally stain over this and see what happens. But right now we're putting on our ends. I put this together with a combination of hot glue and wood glue. Really strong hold. And I did not stain my ends. I'm going to do that once they are on. And I am on our last piece. And I'm simply going to run some wood glue. Okay. And some hot glue. A nice generous amount of hot glue. This gives you a second to work with, and it's really a good hold. Okay, so I'm going to put it on here like so, and I'm making sure all the while that my ends are lining up. Okay, just like so. On this for us. This is measuring, let's see, this is measuring 18 inches long, and it's measuring 12 inches wide. So this is a big piece we've created today. But I am so happy with this, and it's going to look fantastic in my living room. Cannot wait. I'm going to stain right over this and wipe it just like it was wood. We're going to see what happens with that. There's no mistakes here, guys. We can pull this right off if it doesn't look right. But I'm super, super happy with the way this turned out, guys. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stain these ends, and I'll be right back and I'll show you the final reveal. Okay, friends, and there it is. Even with all of its imperfections, I love it even more. I hunked out the top to make it look just old, just like. Subscribe and hit that notification button right next to your subscription, and you'll be notified each time I upload new video. Also, give me a great big thumbs up. It really helps to grow my channel. You guys are so awesome, and I appreciate you so very much. Thank you for joining me today. And again, this is our first farmhouse DIY of 2021 series. Okay, you guys have a wonderful day. Happy New Year. God bless. Bye.